Welcome to Brother Owl's Garden. I'm Brian, and as you know, I honor your presence here today. I have a short and sweet topic for you today, but I just wanted to first mention that I thank very, very much those viewers to my channel who have subscribed. Now, I know that when you look at YouTube, oh my gosh, all you ever hear is smash that like button and all that. I'm not into that. But I do want to thank those who have subscribed because it bumps up the channel in the algorithm when people are searching for topics that I cover on this channel. And again, I created this platform to share spiritual insights with whomever will receive them. And most people have no idea that this channel exists. The YouTube algorithm is merciless. You have to be a Joe Rogan or a Kardashian or somebody like that to come up in searches for many cases. But thank you for those who subscribe, and super thank you for those who have shared the link to my channel with a friend or two. Makes a huge difference, and I thank you. I don't, and I never will, ask anything from anyone on this channel. This is just a platform for me to offer what I can. I would never monetize this, even if there was a million subscribers. But I just wanted to express and encourage those who may not have subscribed yet. Please consider it, because you make a difference just by that click. So I thank you. Today's topic, very pertinent for the past several years. And it's related especially to social media, which I think at this point is a gargantuan monstrosity of an issue in global culture, all cultures. I don't want to go off on too much of a rant here and sound like a cranky old man, but I think that social media at large has done, by and large, has done so much damage to the collective psyche and the mental wellness of the collective and emotional stability of the collective, that it is unprecedented amongst many other words I could use. I know there are some good points to social media. I haven't been able to fully extract myself from it, and in a way I'm using it now to speak with you. It's not Twitter or Facebook, but the topic I wanted to talk to you about relates to that mess, but it's a phenomena that I think is we could call it a mass delusion. And this mass delusion I like to term subjective emotionalism. Now, subjective emotionalism means, well, the best way I could define it for you is to give you an example of what it looks like, and then you'll know. You've seen this, but you might not have consciously realized it, or you might not have known to use this term for it. It is especially relevant online, although it doesn't have to be online. It could be in person or in any other way. Two people are having a discussion of some sort. I use the word discussion very loosely if it's online. And one person says, well, I think blah, blah, blah. And the other person says, what you put forward, what you say, what you think, what you believe, what you endorse, whatever, what you've said makes me feel bad. And therefore, it's false and you're evil. And there's a slew of names that can follow after that. You've heard them all. You're a left-wing or a right-wing nut job. You're a racist. You're all the phobics, all those words, okay? All those little verbal missiles that people like to just launch at anyone who threatens their current beliefs, or in this case, feelings about their beliefs. Now, this is directly connected to agreed upon realities, which I did with Bob Belcher, and perfect pictures that I did with Rick Kenyon. This does touch on those. But again, subjective emotionalism is a delusion which can be exemplified by one person feeling bad about the view or opinion or belief or stance of another person. An immediate, knee-jerk, non-thinking reaction that they have is to dismiss the belief or the view as wrong and the person as evil. And then it's sort of a la 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 after that. And so I think now that we've identified it and named it, it's so obvious to see it everywhere. And I highly recommend that in places where you see it a lot, leave. Get away. Get out of there. But that is subjective emotionalism. And I think that the collective, I would say particularly in the West at this point, although it may be much broader than that, that's how things are. People have become so calcified, so hardened, and utterly intolerant of anything that is different from their infallible, view of what is good or bad, right or wrong, etc. And there is good or bad, and there is right or wrong. But what I'm trying to explain is that we never should fall into subjective emotionalism as a stance or a response to any of it, even if you vehemently disagree with another person's stance. To fall into, I feel bad because of what you've said, therefore it's false. That's my logic. I feel bad about it, therefore it's false. I'm not going to look deeper into it. I'm not going to look at other facets. I'm not going to consider other angles. I feel bad about it, so it's false. And that means that you're evil. These people that fall into that, and they are ubiquitous, have self-identified with their opinions, which they probably do not even realize are opinions, and their beliefs, which they probably do not realize are not who they are. You are not your opinions. You are not your beliefs. You are not your conditioning. You are not your stance. Just as you are not your body or your name or anything else of those things at the highest level. But if you want to wallow in the murky sewers of highest density, lowest level consciousness, then something like subjective emotionalism, is going to become very common at those very low levels, but not at higher levels. So, being that we all are ultimately emanations of divinity, even though, especially online, that tends to go out the window immediately. We forget it. It's very easy to forget that when you look at what people are saying and how people are interacting with each other. But even though we are ultimately emanations of divinity, we are so often not being that. Society, meaning humanity, is so incredibly unwell right now. And some of it is truly heartbreaking and sad. And some of it is angering. Because a lot of it is our own fault. A lot of it is not. A lot of it is, we have genuinely been affected and afflicted and subjected to things. But a lot of it is ultimately within the realm of our own responsibility as well. So, if you dare go back to anti-social media today or tomorrow, let's not fall into subjective emotionalism. There's no need to agree. Did an episode about that first couple of weeks of the channel. Agreement is not necessary, but be kind and lucid and intelligent and calculated about your response. When I say you, I mean we, collectively us. Let us be that way. And let us all be far above the consciousness and mentality that slides into subjective emotionalism as a response to things which are different than our infallible, rock solid, correct opinion on everything. If we really became consciously aware of how little we actually truly know, I think we would be humbled into silence, and maybe with a slight smile of amusement as well. So no need for subjective emotionalism. Let's let that go extinct. That's my topic for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I thank you for your viewing, sharing, interacting, and subscribing. Let us all remember that after all, at the end of the day, we are all sovereign, individuated emanations of the divinity from which we have arisen. So let's be that. Thank you.